So let's see how we can install Jenkins on Docker, right? So we have already seen how we can install Jenkins on a Windows machine. Now we'll see how we can install Docker, install it on Docker. Now, before you start this video, I assume you have a fair idea about what is Docker and how, and you have Docker installed on your machine, right? Now, there are a few ways to verify whether Docker is installed on your machine. So when you go at the right, if you see on the bottom of my screen, you will see Docker desktop is running, and there's a whale symbol, right? So that's Docker. The other way around is go to command prompt and type Docker version, and it should give you the Docker version which is installed on your machine, right? Now, if you have not installed Docker, it's pretty simple. Go to the Docker website and find out the installed Docker desktop on Windows. So you can download the Docker Hub, download the Docker desktop from the Docker Hub, and then you can just follow ahead with the instructions given there, right? So it's pretty simple. So get ahead and install Docker on your machine before you follow along with this video. So let's now see how we can install Jenkins. For that, we need to follow a few commands, right? So first we need to create a Docker bridge network on the Docker for Jenkins, right? So I don't expect you to understand all these commands of Docker. You just need to go ahead and execute in your command prompt, right? So don't worry if you're not able to understand these commands. So now next we need to create some volumes for our Docker containers, right? So let's do that. Um, then for Jenkins data, we need to create a volume, and then we need to run this command. So this will, to run our Jenkins on different nodes, we need to have a container. So we'll do this. Right, so it's now going to set up this container for us from Docker. So I'll just pause this video until this is completed. So one of our containers is already running, and we can verify it by going to Docker container ls. So you can see Docker dind image is downloaded and it's running, right? So this is the container ID. So let's go ahead and now we will run the Jenkins Blueocean. So this is one of the latest plugins which is being developed by Jenkins, and it completely changes the Jenkins UI. So we'll see that in our later videos. So let's begin. And now it's going to download an image. You can see it is running it from the Jenkins war file, right? So I'll again pause this video so that this completes. Okay, so our container is now created for the Jenkins, right? And it's already set up and running. Jenkins is fully up and running. Message is already shown here. Now, an important thing to note down is it prints your initial admin password here. So you need to take a copy of this because you need this before continuing with the setup, right? So post installation, you need to get into Jenkins and you need this password to sign in, right? So now go back to your browser and type localhost 8080. By default, Jenkins is installed on this port, right? So when you tap this, you can see you go to the unlock Jenkins page and it is asking for initial admin password. Now I've already copied that. So paste it here and click on continue. So now it is setting up Jenkins, right? For customizing, it is asking you to install suggested plugins, right? Or you can select your own plugins to install, but I'll go with install selected plugins. So again, I'll pause this video so that it will take some time to complete installing these plugins. So all the plugins got installed and it now went into the create first admin user, right? So let me create one user. So you have to enter all these details and right. So this will create a first admin user for Jenkins. Click on save and continue. Now this is the Jenkins URL. Now, if you have installed Jenkins on a server, you need to confirm the URL correctly, right? But I'll go ahead with the default configuration. I click on save and finish, and Jenkins is now ready, and it is running on Docker. So start using Jenkins, and you will see the default Jenkins page, its dashboard, right? So in the next video, we'll see some of the features of Jenkins, the different build configuration, how we can manage Jenkins, and lots of different things.